Lil bro, Mr. Cretaceous period. Bro, Mr. Cretaceous period. Bro's nostalgia is world.
The train now standing at platform 2 is the 10:48 intercity service to Victoria Docks, calling at Wallsend, Norrington, Hume Heath, Preston Junction, Leeton, and Victoria Docks. This train is formed of 5 coaches.
Doesn't even have to wait for GTA 6. GTA 6 older than Bro. Bro childhood game will be GTA 6. Bro's childhood game is GTA 6. Bro might be older than 2026. We can't even be born in 2026. Lil bro was born and not allowed to be under 30. Lil bro God had to do a captcha. Bro read the full terms and conditions. Lil bro raided the entire terms and conditions before playing. Tradition when someone is born late. Roast the hell out of it. Imagine being bullied for existing. Why is everyone saying this? It's just a year with new people being born, bro. People can't control when they are born. It's hard. Guys, he can't choose when he's born. Leave him alone. Lil bro was born in 2027. About to be crazy. I can't wait for. Lil bro was born in 2027. Yeah, what if we do? Lil bro was born in 2027. We'll obviously. When
Come on, I'm driving.
2027 part 2. It should have been me, not Chrissy. Nothing makes sense anymore at all. Nothing. Even as I stood on the snowy cliff, looking out at the Great Divide, I would...
I'm 9 years old, and my mom loves me more than anyone on earth. But she doesn't know a terrible secret. 9 years ago, she was the driver who knocked me down on a rainy road. It was the last night of my first life. Back then I was 13. I was walking home alone. Out of nowhere, bright headlights flashed behind me. A second later, I was lying on the wet road. I couldn't feel my legs. The driver looked into my eyes. She was pregnant and screaming in panic. Then she grabbed her belly in pain. She drove away and left me in the rain. My silver star necklace snapped off my neck. It lay there next to my hand. I'd worn that necklace since I was small. One car slowed down beside me. For a moment, I thought someone was coming to save me. Instead, it sped away into the night. My eyes closed for the last time. Suddenly, I woke up somewhere warm. A nurse laid me on a woman's chest. It was her, the driver from that rainy road. I was reborn as her daughter. She gave birth the same night I closed my eyes forever. From then on, I remembered everything. Now, her every smile makes me even angrier. So I decide to ruin her life. I smash her photos. Then I rip her wedding photos to pieces. I scream like a chicken. Her eyes fill with tears. One morning, I find my heart beat. She loses her dog for being late. So she smiles and makes me dinner. On my birthday, she hands me a wall stick. And proudly, I
pointed at my crossed eyes and screamed, "If anything hits you right now, they'll stick like that forever." I laughed and shook my head because I was determined to keep my reputation as the funniest class clown in school history. So I responded with, "Nah," and I smacked myself upside the
Platform
head to prove
2
it.
for
Except
the
when I tried to cross the
10:53
street,
Intercity
wait,
service to
I was about to
Victoria
run
Docks,
back,
calling at
and my
Norrington,
heart
Hugh
started
Heath,
pounding with adrenaline.
Preston Junction,
Last time I saw her,
Leeton, at Victoria Docks. This train
Set the
was
bag down slowly. We are not doing this today. Fix your face. Now. The entire class were biting their nails to see what would happen next, and I felt my throat close with anxiety. I can't. My eyes won't uncross. I started crying uncontrollably because the one time I wasn't jerking, it looked like I was trying my best material. Then she held up her phone. "Uncross them now, or I call the principal and you're gone." The same kid from earlier shot out of his seat. "He's not faking. My mom says there's no..." She pointed at his chair without looking. "Your mom is not a doctor. Sit." Then she died, and I buried my head in my hands. I needed the ambulance, not the principal. He stormed in. "What is going on here?" Miss Lally pointed at my face. "He's trying to be funny again." I tore my hair out in frustration. I had my eyes crossed and hit myself, and now they're stuck. I can't uncross them. She rolled her eyes. "Yes, he can, and I'm going to prove it." She leaned down into my face, crossed her eyes, and said, "Watch. I'm going to hit myself the same way you did, and uncross right after." The entire room, including me, watched with our eyes wide open. When her eyes were crossed, she blinked hard, and rubbed them, and blinked again, then grabbed his arm and screamed the sentence she threatened to expel me over. "My eyes won't uncross." The principal looked from her face to mine and said, "Miss Lally, fix your face." She hit herself with her eyes crossed to prove the rule was fake, and it caught her exactly like it caught me. The same kid stood on his chair and pointed at both of us. My mom is never wrong. For the first time all year, nobody thought I was joking. 2 years later, me and Miss Lally are both still cross-eyed because that kid's mom was right. Forever means forever. The kid pointed at my crossed eyes and screamed.
Jay, you tried it.
I was falling at 120 miles an hour when my skydiving instructor's arms flopped really big time. I twisted my head back, my ponytail whipping
To be
across
honest,
my
I was scared and I thought it would actually work.
because this was my first jump ever.
That's why I didn't do
These
it.
red handles in my chest, but I couldn't pull it because my instructor had told me.
Red handles the last thing you ever touch.
I checked the altimeter on my wrist, and the number was dropping faster than I could read it. So I screamed the instructor's name, elbowed his ribs, and slapped his leg, but he didn't even twitch. So I yelled, "How dare you pick this time to take a nap?" But he just kept snoring. Then I looked down, and the fields below were sharpening into individual trees. So I reached back blind, feeling his rig for any other handle, but his dead weight kept rolling us into a spin, and the wind pinned my arm back every time. So I grabbed his arm and shook it, praying his muscle memory would kick in and pull something. Still nothing. Then the altimeter started beeping. My breath got caught in my throat because I was almost out of sky and out of movement. That's when his exact words played back in my head.
The red handle's the last thing you ever touch.
And it finally clicked. That wasn't a warning. That was an instruction. I was supposed to touch it at the last second. So I grabbed the red handle and worked it with everything I had. The parachute was spinning open and raised us upright so hard my legs swung out in front of me, and I steered us down, screaming the whole way until we crashed into the field and beat the straps on us. The instructor finally blinked at me and mumbled, "Hmm?" I still had the red handle dead gripped in my fist, so I held it out to his face. I touched it. I was falling at 120 miles an hour when my skydiving instructor's arms flopped way against mine. I twisted my head back, my ponytail whipping across my goggles, and inside my whole body locked up because this was my first jump ever. I stared at the huge
born, my parents called her the answer to every prayer they'd ever made. I was 8 years old. Nobody asked if I was ready to share my life with her. At first, I loved being a big sister. I held Lily's bottle, picked up her toys, and sat beside her crib when she cried. Every time I helped, my parents smiled and called me such a good big sister. I liked hearing that, until helping stopped being something I did, and started becoming something I was expected to do. Watch Lily while I run to the store. Take her with you. She looks up to you. By the time I was 12, I had learned that every plan I made came with one question. What about Lily? If I wanted to go to the mall with friends, someone had to explain why my little sister couldn't come. If I wanted to stay after school, I had to make sure Lily had a ride. At 15, I got invited to my first sleepover. I was so excited I packed my bag 2 days early. Then my dad looked at the invitation and asked, "Who's watching Lily?" I laughed because I thought he was joking. He wasn't. My mom was tired. My dad had work early. Apparently, that meant I needed to stay home. I watched my friends post pictures all night while Lily slept peacefully on the couch beside me. She had no idea why I was upset. At 17, I joined the debate team. Practices were every Thursday. Unfortunately, Thursdays were also Lily's dance night. My parents decided I could drive her. I missed practice after practice. Eventually, my coach stopped asking where I was. One afternoon, I finally told my mom I didn't want to keep driving Lily everywhere.
Victoria
She looked
Docks.
offended.
This
She's your
train
sister.
is for
I know.
the
Then act like
5
it. That sentence stayed
coaches.
with me. Because apparently, acting like a sister meant becoming a third parent. When I turned 18, I got accepted into a college.
We are
6 hours
sorry
away.
that the
I was crying with happiness when I
11,
opened the acceptance
17
email. My mom's first
regional
question was, "Who's going to
service
help
to
with Lily?" That was the first time I got
Stonebrook
angry.
Town
What did you guys do before I was old
via
enough? The entire room
Russell
was
Lane
quiet. Nobody
has
answered.
been
I left for
cancelled.
college anyway.
This
And
is
for the
due
first
to a
time in my
fault
life,
on
I
this
was with
train.
me, not Lily's
We
ride.
apologize
Not
for the
Lily's
disruption
babysitter.
to
Not
your
Lily's
journey
backup
today.
parent. But whenever I came home, everything went back to normal. Can you pick Lily up? Can you watch her tonight? She misses you. And every time I said no,
The
I
train
felt
now
guilty.
approaching
Then, when I was
platform
22,
4
Lily knocked on
is
my
the
bedroom door during Christmas break. She was
1056
14. Are you mad at
Intercity
me? She asked.
service
I
to
looked up. What?
Leeton,
She sat down and
calling
stared
at
at the floor. I wish
Preston
Mom and Dad would
Junction
stop making you take
and
care of me. I didn't
Leeton.
say anything.
This
Then she
train is
whispered,
for the
"Sometimes I think you hate
9
me." That completely
coaches.
broke me. Because while I spent years believing Lily was taking my life away from me, she'd spent those same years thinking she was the reason I didn't
We are
love
sorry
her.
that
I
the
started crying. "I don't hate you," I told her.
1056
"I hate being treated
Intercity
like your parent."
service
She
to
looked at me and nodded.
Leeton
"I hate being
has
treated
been
like your
cancelled.
responsibility."
We
The next
apologize
morning,
for
we
the
sat our
disruption
parents
to
down.
your
I
journey
accepted his
today.
argument. Instead, Lily spoke first. "I don't need her to raise me." My parents looked shocked. Then I listed everything I'd given up: the sleepovers, the debate team, the weekends. I came home just because they needed help. My dad said, "We never asked you to raise her." Lily looked at him. Then she started listing things too: the rides, the babysitting, the times they told her to go with me even when neither of us wanted that. My mom went completely silent. Finally, Lily said something I'll never forget. "We're not close because she raised me. We're close because she finally told me the truth." My mom started crying. She said she thought giving me responsibility would make me feel important. Instead, it made me feel trapped. Things didn't magically become perfect after that, but they changed. Now, when I visit home, I'm not automatically responsible for Lily. And Lily doesn't have to follow me everywhere. We talk because we want to. We hang out because we choose to. And sometimes we just sit together and laugh about how ridiculous our childhood was. For years, I thought my sister had
The
stolen my
next
childhood,
station
but she
is
didn't. Neither
Hume
of us played the
Heath.
roles our parents gave us. She wasn't the problem. I wasn't the problem. We were just two sisters trapped in a family dynamic neither of us knew how to escape. And the strangest part, the moment my parents finally stopped forcing me to be her parent, was the moment I finally got to be her sister.
It was said that if a woman could draw a caddy of silver into threads as fine as hair, she would be able to summon butterflies and gain happiness. And so, in search of her own happiness, the woman decided to take out her treasured belongings and craft a silver butterfly hat. A full set of ceremonial silver jewelry, they said, could weigh over a dozen caddies and take 18 years to complete. The first step was hammering a silver ingot into a bar, but the bar was still too thick, so she brought out her tools, matching the holes to the thickness of the silver thread she needed, drawing that bar down into fine strands and then passing it again and again through dyes of every small engagement. Her silver was soft and malleable, the process still draining her strength, and the threads that came out were burning hot. Butterflies were taught nature's most magical creatures. Their power to transform and rise from death made people believe that butterflies were the very origin of their ancestors. That was why the people here revered them so deeply. 8 out of every 10 silver ornaments they made bore a butterfly design. Next came the filigree, ironing, and that pushed the proportions to the limit. Silver threads as thin as hair had to be curled tightly, root by root, then arranged into 9 one by one. She sprinkled solder over them to fix the pieces together, and after firing, she cooled the silver components in cold water. A tiny butterfly was thus completed. Legend had it that such a silver hat could summon their ancestors, and she had to make the silver butterfly move on its own. Moreover, the hat had to be adorned with over 100 tiny flowers, bells, butterflies, and motifs of good fortune. In this case, as soon as a child was born, the parents would rally the whole family to prepare for their daughter's wedding honor. In the first year, perhaps they'd make a silver bell. In the third, a silver bangle. And the fifth, a silver phoenix. As the silver pieces accumulated, the family remembered that flowers that grow around a single butterfly delight, and they crafted them one by one until the hat was swept whole. And she watched. All those blossoms swayed and shimmered. It was a beautiful sight. There was also an old story behind the silver hat. In ancient times, when people wandered and fled from place to place, the hat could be unfastened into a 3-meter-long scarf. Used as a rope for crossing mountains, the silver ornaments they carried were all their possessions, and the bells along the brim were not decorated at first. They were used to call out to one another so that families would get separated during their travels. Nowadays, people no longer wandered from place to place, but the tradition remained. Made a camping song forever take the place of the music lessons. On the day of wedding day, she would wear 20 or 30 pounds of silver on her head and not think too about how heavy it was, but the happier it was, the more it showed how much it felt.
I love you, baby. Nada.
At Victoria Docks, this train is for the 5.
Ranking funniest guitar moments. Sup, boys? I put more spoons on my ceiling fan. Check it out.
And the platform edge. This is an intercity service to Victoria Docks.
Alright, let's see if this works with guitar.
Welcome on board this intercity service to Victoria Docks, calling at Preston Junction, Leeton, and Victoria Docks. The next station is Preston Junction.
Ranking funniest guitar moments. Sup, boys? I put more spoons on my ceiling fan. Check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to try and do something that's never been done before. Can all of you take out your mobile phones? And I want you to just hold them up in the air. Can you do that for me? Judges, I'd like to stand up and have a look at the audience. Simon, you'll notice that a few of the devices are still red. Yeah. I want you just to choose 3 of them.
Simon will now choose random people to go on stage.
I want you to try and guess for me, how many #1 selling artists do you think Simon Cowell's had on his record label?
83.
How many millions of records do you think Mel, when she performed the Spice Girls, sold worldwide? Just go for it, millions.
102.
So can you multiply?
Times
Yeah, and then 102.
102.
What year Heidi began modeling?
1970. No, 1980. Not when I was born. Oh, okay, sorry. 1987.
Next, 87.
87.
Wonderful. Okay, and then maybe hit the plus sign.
Plus.
I want you to close your eyes and just say maybe like 7 or 8 numbers. Go for it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, cool. Hit equals.
Equals.
Go for it.
73 million.
70. 3.
05.
928,000.
928,000.
547.
547. I want you guys to see this. I'm here on Hollywood Boulevard. It's a few hours until my audition. This number.
animation in the first place. In fact, this is my son Asher when he's just 4 years old, seeing for the very first time this hot dog flip that I showed him. So, what I want to do is now that it's 3 decades later, I'm going to remake this flip.
The train now approaching platform 5 is the 1108 Intercity service to Victoria Docks, calling at Victoria Docks. Only, this train is formed of 5 coaches.
So, what I want to do in remaking this flip book is basically tell the same story, more or less the same shots, but I want to make the animation better and I want to make it bigger. And actually, I was surprised to realize this will be the 3rd time I'm making this.
This is Preston Junction. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. Change here for tram and bus services to other destinations.
So
This is an intercity service to Victoria Docks.
I prefer to ease into things to make it less intimidating. So let's start with the easy part of the animation. A hot dog bun sitting there doing absolutely nothing. This is my kind of animation. And this new version,
A bird. This is
and then I want to take care of the prongs, drop the hot dog into the bun. I'll have the hot dog sag a bit on both ends to add a feeling of weight.
The train now approaching platform 7 is the 1112 regional service to Victoria Docks, calling at Leeton, Marion, Abbey Road, and Victoria Docks. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
Okay, that's looking pretty good. Alright, for sauce, you can't just go straight to hot sauce. You gotta start with mustard. Then you can just some hot sauce. Moments like this are a perfect opportunity to try. Right, so I'm going to use one master drawn mustard bottle, and what I can do is I can just trace over it. Makes it a lot easier and keeps the shape of the mustard bottle consistent from page to page. So I'm going to the bottle first, and then add the mustard. And I know you guys have all been wondering what the top of my head looks like, so here we go.
We are sorry that the 1114 regional service to platform 6 for the 1112 Intercity service to Victoria Docks, calling at Victoria Docks. Only, this train is formed of 5 coaches.
I really feel how around this specific booklet because I remember how I felt when I made it. I remember sitting on the couch drawing it, sitting next to my mom. And I remember how cool I thought the movement of the hand was and scooping up the hot dog. I just remember really liking the way that looked. So same thing now. I'm going to have a hand come in, scoop up the hot dog, which means, unfortunately, currently, no hot dogs are being had.
This is
But
Leighton.
I do have
Please.
sweet potatoes, so that'll have to work. But it doesn't matter too much what I'm picking up. This is kind of the general size of a hot dog. I just need to see how the hand moves. So that'll be the main point of this video reference. So now I can go through that reference video a frame at a time and watch how my hand moves and just how each finger moves frame to frame. And that is a huge help as I sketch the hand coming in and scooping up the hot dog.
We are sorry that the 11th intercity service to Pankang has been cancelled. This is due to a fault on this train. We apologize for the disruption to your journey today. We are sorry that the
Intercity service to
intercity
Victoria
service to
Docks.
Pankang
Calling at Victoria
has been
Docks
cancelled. We
only.
apologize for the disruption to your journey today.
The next station is Victoria Docks. Where this train terminates, please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train.
We are sorry that the 11:50 intercity service to Pankang has been cancelled. This is due to a fault. Is the 11:18 regional service to Norwich calling at Palmer's Way, Preston Junction, Forest Dale, Astley.
When you hear the word teacher, you probably think of somebody that you can trust, someone whose job is to educate, guide, and protect. But throughout history, some teachers have hidden lives so disturbing that nobody around them saw the truth until it was far too late. We're talking about educators who became serial killers, masterminds at shocking crimes, and betrayed the very people who trusted them most. And some of these cases made international
We will shortly be arriving at Victoria Docks, where this train terminates. Please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train. Change here for trains to side on sea. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
See, he was secretly one of the most dangerous serial killers in modern history. His name was Andre Chikatilo, and for years he lived what appeared to be a completely ordinary life. He was a husband, a father, and a now, to everyone around him, there was nothing that seemed particularly unusual. He taught Russian language and literature under the Soviet Union. He also graded papers, delivered classes, and was trusted by parents to educate their children. But behind that ordinary life as a teacher, a secret life that you never imagined. And by the time the truth was finally uncovered, dozens of innocent people had lost their lives. But to fully understand why